A classic recipe gets a makeover today on Weekend at the Cottage. Welcome to Weekend at the Cottage. I'm Nick Manojlovic. Today, you are gonna love this recipe, your next must-make recipe. We're doing chicken marbella meatballs. We're taking that classic chicken marbella, we're doing a really wonderful twist. The results are phenomenal. At the end of this, I know you're gonna wanna reference the full recipe, plus story and pics at our dedicated website. When you're visiting weekendatthecottage.com, please remember to subscribe to our website. Sure, you're watching this video right now on our dedicated YouTube channel. If you are, drop us a few comments, give us a thumbs up, click the bell button for notifications, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Finally, find us on your favorite social media platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The final result of this recipe redo is so fantastic. I know you're gonna wanna try this. Here's what you're gonna need to do. There are 3 important steps to the recipe. Step number 1, we're gonna take some key ingredients and chop them up. I have a food processor blade attachment. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of capers, 1/3 cup of pitted green olives. You need 3 cloves of garlic. Just chop them up before you put them in the food processor so that everything chops up evenly. Last ingredient, so important, California prunes. 1/2 cup, just kind of drop the prunes into your food processor. Lid goes on and you're just gonna pulse till you get a nice chop. As I transferred it into the bowl, you can see great consistency, very important step. I'm taking a tablespoon measure and putting 2 tablespoons of that chopped mix into a bowl. Now we're gonna head to stovetop for part 2. We're gonna make a sauce. The sauce for chicken marbella is a perfect mix of sweet and savory. At stovetop, small burner, we're going to high saucepan. I'm gonna start by adding 1/2 cup of dry white wine. You're gonna need a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. Whisk those ingredients together. As soon as they come to a boil, reduce to simmer. Now we're gonna stir in the 2 tablespoons of the chopped ingredients and then drop in maybe 5 or 6 bay leaves. Stir everything together and leave this at stovetop to simmer. Before leaving stovetop, turn your oven onto 425. Next we head to our workstation. We're gonna make those marbella meatballs. To make the meatballs, I have a large bowl. I'm adding 1 pound of ground chicken. Add those chopped ingredients, a 1/4 cup of parsley, 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. Now some spices and seasoning, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, sprinkle that in, 1½ teaspoons of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes. Hands are washed into the bowl, and I really want you to mix this up really well. You want to make sure those flavors are fully incorporated before both hands go in the bowl, and we're going to start forming meatballs. I'm transferring the meatballs onto a foil lined baking sheet, and I do this pretty much just for ease of cleanup. I'm placing the meatballs down on a baking sheet. You'll need 2 baking sheets for this. Your yield on this recipe is 38 meatballs. Once that first baking sheet is filled with meatballs, head to stovetop, bring that sauce over. We're gonna take a pastry brush and just brush each meatball with that gorgeous marbella sauce. Then we're gonna take the tiniest bit of dark brown sugar, a little sprinkle on every meatball. Even more flavor, we're gonna sprinkle each meatball with a little bit of kosher salt. We transfer our baking sheet to the oven. Let the meatballs cook for 10 minutes. At the 10-minute mark, they come out of the oven, grab that pastry brush, brush them 1 more time, transfer back to the oven. We're gonna bake for an additional 10 minutes. That's 20 minutes total. When your meatballs come out of the oven, 2 ways you can enjoy them. I like stacking them into a bowl, brushed with a little bit of sauce, a fresh kind of hit of parsley, cocktail picks on the side. Perfect for snacks. You can also do this for dinner. Make our very delicious kale salad. How about our buttered vegetables? I'm gonna do a little bit of steamed white rice, then 1, 2, 3 meatballs. I'll take a spoon and do a nice little addition of sauce over each meatball. Serve the sauce on the table as backup. Do a little sprinkle of parsley and you're ready to enjoy. Let me show you how tender these meatballs are. Place one onto a plate, a little bit of sauce, and then a fork as I cut it open. Look at how gorgeous and tender and juicy these meatballs are. Chicken Marbella meatballs. This is the next meal you must make. After that, come on back and hang out again soon at Weekend at the Cottage. Always something so delicious.